nil-nil draw at home to Wolves. Not ideal, really not ideal. 2 points dropped in my opinion, really. Um, yeah, it was a lackluster performance. Obviously, really exciting to see Bruno Fernandes start and get his first appearance. But a nil-nil draw is just leaves a bit of a sour taste in your mouth. Really, a really kind of unfulfilling performance from Manchester United. Nothing really. I mean, there was a bit of creativity in patches, but it wasn't brilliant. Welcome, RB Comp. Thanks for joining, mate. Really appreciate it. What's good, Kieran? What's good with you, mate? Always good with you. But yeah, a nil-nil draw obviously means that Sheffield United go 2 points ahead of us into fifth after their win. Um, yeah, it's disappointing. Obviously, at home to Wolves, you would expect better, but at the same time, we've just not created enough, and when we haven't had the kind of killer instinct to finish it off that someone like Marcus Rashford had, and we really are missing Marcus Rashford. How have you been? I've been extremely busy today. Yeah, I've been busy. I've been traveling today, so obviously I'm back. I'm back, and won't be doing much traveling for long, and hopefully I'll be able to stream from here more often. As you can tell, it's a different sort of background as well. So yeah, obviously I've done my green screen with me, which is unfortunate, but yeah, what can you do? What can you do? But ultimately, it's a frustrating result. We just didn't create enough. We just didn't create enough in the game. I think, to be honest with you, Wolves played well. You have to say they played very well in this game. But unfortunately, we never are able to seem to break Wolves' tactics down. Even when we beat them 1-0 in the FA Cup, we weren't able to break them down. So yeah, welcome to 20 Sports. Thanks for joining, Patrick. Really appreciate it. He says Martial is absolutely useless. I mean, in today's game, he wasn't great. I mean, he did hold up the ball quite well, but ultimately he didn't really have any sort of quality when finishing. Now, a lot of people will say that he didn't get the sort of assistance or the sort of service that he should be getting, but what can you expect? Our midfield is, obviously Bruno Fernandes has come in today, but he's going to take time to get used to the league. So I think even with Bruno Fernandes coming in, it's not going to be as easy as just, playing him and it's all going to be rosy. Busy, I had to take girlfriend shopping and did something to my calf in football training. Oh, I hope it gets better, man. I hope it gets better because they can be bad injuries. So I hope it does get better for you. So yeah, I think it's not going to be straight away that Bruno Fernandes comes into this team and is electrifying. You know what I mean? He's going to take time. I saw that sometimes in the game he was a bit leggy. I think that was due to the fact that the Premier League is, a much kind of tougher league. It's a much kind of more energetic, higher pace league. And I think he did feel that tonight, and that's completely understandable considering that's his first Premier League game. But I do think, Bruno Fernandes can provide us with something good going forward. I thought actually Mata today was actually not bad. I thought actually had a decent game. Luke Shaw as well defensively. He kept a clean sheet, and that was a lot thanks to Luke Shaw because some of the defending he did was absolutely spot on, really really good from him. He kept Adama Traore pretty quiet. Obviously, he went off in the end, but still kept him very very quiet. So yeah, it's an interesting one. By the way, guys, this is not a video. I am live, so make sure you do let me know your thoughts in the live chat as well. So yeah, I am live, so make sure you do let me know your thoughts. But yeah, I was surprised. Our team without Marcus Rashford, as we've been saying for months and months now, or weeks and weeks now, really, is we have no kind of cutting edge up front. Obviously, we brought in Odion Ighalo. Is he realistically going to bring that? I think he's a good option in terms of backup, but it looks like he's going to be playing a much bigger role than the kind of backup role, and we'll see what happens. Obviously, there's not really any kind of nothing for us to lose with bringing in Odion Ighalo, and I'm not too fussed about it really, especially because it's only to the end of the season. It's just a kind of short-term loan deal, so I'm not too fussed about it really. Patrick says, I mean, a big club, even without a service, should be able to conjure something up on your own, and it's not looking like he's on the brink of a quality move. Really disappointed. I think Martial hasn't been great these past few weeks. And obviously, some people would say that this is the best time for him to kind of show what he can do because, Marcus Rashford's out, and when he was in the squad, he was getting a lot of the attention, a lot of the plaudits. So now, obviously, Rashford's not there; he's on his own. Yeah, it's weird. I would have thought Martial would have come into his own, but it just doesn't seem be working out for him at the moment. I think he has got some quality. I do. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but right now he's not playing to the best of his ability. No way, no chance. Um, and it's disappointing because really, without Rashford, we needed Martial to step up more. I think we needed Martial to be much better than he is. So it's a bit disappointing. It is a bit disappointing. But like, it is what it is. In the end of the day, you can't really do much about it. It is what it is. It's the options we've got. Obviously, I thought Greenwood actually came onto the pitch and made a difference as he usually does. And I thought he'd get another goal coming off the bench. He's really close. Obviously, the deflection actually fell quite kindly for Wolves in the end. It could have easily gone into the back of the net, and we would have got away with a scruffy 1-0 win. But unfortunately, it took a double deflection and went into the keeper's hands. It could have been a different story. Dallo at the end there had a big chance as well. Bruno Fernandes has a few decent shots. I think Rui Patricio had his number in some ways. He kind of knew where Bruno Fernandes was going to shoot at times, but what can you do, really? I thought he didn't have a bad game. I thought he didn't have an absolute barnstorming game. I didn't think he had a bad game. I thought, he was trying to do stuff with what he had, and he doesn't have too much quality in and around him. So again, it's not going to be straightforward. It's not going to be the baptism of fire that everyone thinks it's going to be. Bruno Fernandes is going to take a lot of time to kind of bed in with the squad. Patrick says Fred is the only one who seems to play with confidence and without fear. Everyone else is happy just passing sideways and not giving away possession. You have to be fearless like Liverpool and C. I think there's definitely a good point in there. Fred does like to move the ball forward. He does like to make moves forward with the ball. I think there were times tonight where, even Bruno Fernandes, he was guilty of this sometimes, just kind of taking the ball, doing kind of tippy-tappy passes in between, two players and not really going anywhere ultimately. And, the opposition will lap up really. The opposition players are loving that style of football because, you're not going anywhere and you're just kind of having possession for possession's sake. But, teams like City and Liverpool, when they get possession, they really do put the pressure on you, and that's what we haven't been doing. And to be fair, Wolves, they played really well defensively. Their back five really worked well for them today. But it's hard to see. It's hard to watch sometimes when you're making the sideways passes, and then as soon as you decide to go forward, you don't have that quality to pass the ball forward. It's unfortunate, really. It's unfortunate. Patrick, when are we going to play fearless football? I think that's what a lot of United fans want. I think that's totally what a lot of United fans want, and it just doesn't seem to be happening. It is disappointing. It is very disappointing. If I do that, what does that do? Oh, nothing. Okay. But yeah, anyway, maybe that did do something. I just didn't see it. But yeah, let me know your man of the match and people like that. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I think Mata actually played all right. I thought Greenwood had a decent game when he came on. I thought, obviously, defensively, I thought we were all right, actually. I thought Maguire and Lindelof dealt well with Jimenez, although Jimenez and Podence as well, who came on for Wolves, did have a decent chance to nick it at the end there, which would have been absolutely heartbreaking. But obviously, they weren't able to do that. But it is... we again, another, chance to get points off Chelsea, and we blow it again. And this is one of the reasons why, I was doing the podcast yesterday with some of the guys you might know, United Man and G from Red Devil Studio. I was doing that, and ultimately, they said it right. They said, I think it was Shane, United Man, said it right. He said, the fact that we're so inconsistent and we don't take this opportunity to take points off Chelsea is the reason why we're not going to get top four this year. Yes, obviously we're still 6 points off top four, but now we've got Sheffield United ahead of us, and so it's going to be a bit more difficult to chase down the top four spot. But it can be done. I feel like we could do it. It's not out of reach just yet, but if we do continue to slip up like this, then it's going to quickly get out of reach for us. Paddy says, one thing that pisses me off is that time and time again we get into position to get a cross in, it comes back to the halfway line. Exactly. I mean, I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure whether the players feel like we haven't got any height in the box, or whether that's just. But it's just frustrating because we've got players who have the potential to put in a good ball, but we just don't have any sort of physical presence in there that's going to get on the end of it. We haven't scored too many headed goals from crosses this season, and that's one of the reasons why. Is because the quality of ball in is just not up to scratch. But at the same time, it's frustrating because we just don't have the people in the box. We don't have anyone absolutely bursting their guts to get in there, and it is frustrating. It's very frustrating to see. Paddy says, I'm just raging today. No, I can understand. A 0-0 draw at home is never something to smile about. You can't smile about it really. But yeah, there's not really much else to say. I mean, obviously, Bruno Fernandes, he will have better games, definitely. I thought he didn't start too badly. I thought, he had a few good shots. And even the free kick, we've seen a free kick on target. I mean, that's a collector's item in itself. We've actually seen a free kick go on target. So, that's great that he's brought that to the team. But yeah, frustrating. And, to be honest with you, it's going to be very difficult for us to get top 4 this year. Very, very difficult if we continue to play like that. But yeah, frustrating. Don't know what else to say really. Obviously, 2 points dropped as a title. We kept a clean sheet, which is obviously the best thing. We kept a clean sheet, but in the end of the day, what else can you do? Wolves, they actually play very, very well. I have to say, they played really good football. It was just wasn't meant to be for us really. And I thought at the end, Dallo got his head onto it, and I thought, I thought if that went in, I would have gone mental. Like 94th minute winner, it wasn't to be, and yet another disappointing result at Old Trafford. It's kind of very similar to Lou Van Gaal days, where we're playing at Old Trafford, and we're not pulling out the results. It's frustrating, but at the end of the day, we are what we are, and Bruno Fernandes and Ighalo isn't going to help us get back. I mean, they're going to help us, but they're not going to get us back to where we want to be straight away. I think this summer is going to be crucial. I think probably the only way of us getting into the Champions League is through the Europa League. I think sooner rather than later we are going to have to drop the idea of getting into the Premier League through getting into the Premier League through getting into the Champions League, the Premier League, I should say. But yeah, it's frustration. Football Crew Show on the stream said Bruno Fernandes played well. Your thoughts on this walkout that didn't happen? Yeah, obviously I was a bit kind of perplexed with that. Maybe it's because of the game situation that we would need a goal and we were pushing for a goal. Maybe people thought that we were going to be 1 or 2-0 up when this happened, but obviously we were pushing for a goal. It was quite close. It was quite tight. So yeah, obviously the walkouts didn't happen. I'm sure they'll try and reschedule it for another time, but. Yeah, Ed Woodward was also not here tonight. He wasn't in his seat. He was obviously a bit worried about what might happen to him if he was in the stadium. So I'm guessing it will be rescheduled for another time. But, obviously it's difficult when, your team are going for a goal. You don't want to be seen kind of walking out of the stadium when your team are going for a goal. So it's hard. It is hard. But, yes. Yeah, and also I might start doing these instead of doing kind of like the video reviews. Obviously, it's live again, but it's just easier than doing it on OBS and things. It's quite it's more instant. I can kind of go live straight away. Welcome, Gazala. Thanks for joining, mate. Really appreciate it. If you are new, please do subscribe to the channel. Football Crucials, I do think it's because United signed Bruno Fernandes. That's why the walkouts didn't happen. Listen, I don't know if it's fully about that. Obviously, there was quite a before the start of the game, there was definitely a positive kind of atmosphere throughout Old Trafford, and maybe that did contribute to it. I think also the fact we were going for a goal contributed to it. But I think definitely if more performances like this happen, there will be more walkouts, I reckon, staged at Old Trafford. So, it's definitely inevitable. It's inevitable. But yeah, no walkout today. I thought it was going to be on the 58th minute, and there was a 68th and a 78th, and I have no idea, really no idea. But yeah, obviously the walkouts didn't happen. But yeah, to answer, I don't know what else to say. I think there's nothing else really I can say to sum up this game. It was an average performance from United. I thought Wolves played well. Credit to them. They deserved the point in the end. But in the end of the day, we can't win a 0-0 draw. We dropped 2 more points. And we're now 38 points behind Liverpool, which is mental still. But obviously, that's just a random statistic now. That doesn't really mean anything now. But anyway, I'm gonna end the stream there, guys. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as well. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And obviously, it's a mid-season break, which is a bit annoying, but maybe it's come at the right time for us. But who knows? I'll probably be posting more stuff on the channel throughout that break. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.